Well, hello again. Um, yep, it's the weekend. We've got good weather, and it's time for some more cooking. So today, I've got some belly pork here, and I am gonna put a couple gloves on. Now, for those of you that watched last season, you'll be aware. A lot of times, whenever I'm cooking out here, I will use these gloves. Not because I've got any issues with, handling food or anything, but because it makes it a lot easier than trying to wash my hands in between steps whenever I'm getting things prepped out here in the garden. All right, so we've got some belly pork, and what I'm going to start out by doing is just cutting it into some nice chunks. Like so. And while I'm doing that, that also lets me check if there are any bones left in here. You should be aware. Yep, we've got a couple right there. If you buy proper belly pork, whole belly pork from the butcher, the likelihood is you will get a couple bits of bone still in there. That's just because of where the pork comes from and the fact that most butchers, well, they never have enough time, do they? So, things are done quick. Yeah, they've left a bit of that bone in there. I'm just going to take that end off. There we are. And now that bone's getting thick enough that I'm not going to go through it without hurting my knife. So I'm going to go ahead and take these cubes. And I'm just going to go ahead and take that whole bottom bit off now. Don't worry, I will use it for something else. We've got a brand new sausage machine that Joanne's going to be trying out pretty soon. So what I will probably do is take all of those scrap bits and set them aside for that. Alright. I'll speed through the rest of this, get it all ready, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with it. Alright, so we've got that all ready now. Next thing is going to be, we're going to throw it on the Ninja wood fire. We're going to smoke that with nothing else done to it for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to put it in a sauce after that. So I'm going to get this on the smoker, and we'll come back and make some sauce. Alright, let's go ahead and get all of this thrown on here. Now I am using the flat plate today rather than the grill. And I have gone ahead and sprayed that with a bit of oil. Let's just make sure none of these are stuck together. We want them all to be their own separate selves. All right. We're going to give that about 20 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, time to make some sauce now. And what I'm going for today is a bit of a sticky, smoky barbecue. So we're going to have a few things we want to put in that. Now I am going to add a little bit of liquid smoke. Now, I know we've got them on the smoker right now, some lovely apple wood. But because it's going to be a fairly short smoke, they won't have time to get that really intense smoke flavor that I want. So a little bit of that will help out. Next up, some brown sugar. Brown sugar always important when you're doing a nice kind of barbecue-y rub. What am I going to use next? I've got some of my Louisiana Cajun rub. Now, for anyone in the States, yes, I would prefer the Tonys, but I found this over here, and for cooking, it's not bad. I'm then going to go ahead and add some sweet whiskey barbecue. Yes, even though I am making my own sauce, using a bit of a pre-made sauce for a base, it includes a lot of flavors that we're going to want in there anyway. Stir those up a bit, and then we're going to add some Coke, or in this case, Pepsi, and cherry Pepsi at that. Apples, cherries, all of these flavors go really well with pork. So I'm going to stir that up. And yes, it is going to fizz, because obviously we've got Coke in there. But what we're going to do now is we're going to leave this while the meat's cooking. And a lot of that fizz is going to go out of it before we're actually ready to use the sauce. But what that's going to leave is that lovely cherry, that lovely kind of caramel flavor that the Coke or the Pepsi has. And it's going to help with our caramelization along with that brown sugar. So, we've got that ready to go. Now we're just going to wait for the smoker to tell me it's done. And we'll be back again. Alright, so we've given these a bit of time now. Looking lovely. We've got an ice cream truck somewhere nearby. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick these up, drop them in the sauce, roll them around a bit, and they're going to go right back in here. Roll them around and back. And I'll speed through the rest of this, and then we'll get them cooking again. Okay, so we've got all of those on there, and then I'm just going to take the rest of this sauce and just pour it over them. There we are. And then we're actually going to switch this over to its air fry mode on a low temperature. We're going to go for about 160 for 18 minutes. We are going to keep the smoke on it, and we'll check in on them again. Okay, so apologies, I have muted the clip and done a bit of voiceover at the end here. We had some family arrive, so it got a bit crazy in the background. But yeah, you can see here, we're just going to pull these off the grill. They've had that lovely, nice, kind of sticky barbecue glaze on them. And don't worry about the grill, it'll wipe off just real easy after we're done. We're going to go ahead and get all those ready to eat. And there we go. And you can see there, it's turned out just the way we wanted it to. Alright, so we are a bit later in the day. Things have quieted down a bit, so that's always a good thing. And yeah, I just wanted to show you the end result here. So we have some lovely sticky barbecue belly pork. It's going to be nice, chewy, flavorful, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of smoke. Lovely. Really easy to do. Has a good chew on it because of that nice belly pork fat. I highly recommend trying this one out. You don't need the Ninja to do it. You can do it on any kind of smoker. You can even grill it and add a little bit more smoke if you need to. Definitely one to try out at home. I'll see you guys next week.